Hello everybody, I'm Rod Olm,
And I'm Jennifer Olm,
and we are
Battlecry 360 USA.
absolutely. So what we'd like to talk about today is political violence. It's gotten way out of control. We don't know why. The only thing I can think of is that it comes from the extreme leftists, their media outlets. They run a lot of blue state government officials on these channels, of course, because the Democrats want to put out their word, and their word was, quote, "We're at war," end quote. So when you have hateful rhetoric like that, it pisses off the loonies on the left, and they grab up their arms and make their plans and proceed with their plans of causing chaos, taking American citizens' lives. They were innocent. They weren't there to hurt anybody, but somebody with bad intentions had the opposite idea because, I believe, of what the left puts out there through their media sources, calling us fascists, Nazis, Hitler, garbage, deplorable, you name it. The Democrats use these type of words and rhetoric because that's the only thing that they have left, and they're full of hate. So today we go to the community gym. A neighbor starts talking with me politics. Right away he knows that we're not on the same page. So I asked him what channels that he listens to and watches, and he told me CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, all those leftist channels. So of course we both had different mindsets on our political views, and I let him know mine, and I stayed very calm and collected, which a lot of times I don't, but I'm working on it. My Holy Spirit definitely working on it. He's got a lot of he's probably in a full body cast by now, but the volume started picking up as far as voice, and it got to the point where he was actually yelling at me, and he was so angry he was shaking, all because of a conversation.
That he disagreed with our side.
Correct. So I finally gave him the knife hand and told him to stop fucking yelling at me. And he did. Later on, he came up to me to shake my hand. And I said, "Are we still friends?" And he says, "Yes." And I said, "Good, that's the way I like it."
Yes.
I don't want to hurt anybody. That's not my intentions. But what's crazy about that whole ordeal is spot on, because that's how they come back at you. They don't have an answer. They don't have a word. The Democratic Party has turned to socialism. That's their word. Well, I'm sorry, but socialism does not work in our republic, in our Constitution. So instead of being called the United States, they'll start calling us the divided states. Because right now that's what we are. There's no room in the United States for socialism, for sanctuary cities that take our taxpayers' money and spend it on these illegals. First of all, the Democratic Party brought in these illegals because of Joe Biden. When he was running for the office, he was VP, and he stated at the mic, "When I become president, I want everybody who feels oppressed in their countries to immediately surge our borders." That started out as a little trickle, and then it got really bad. And they knew the end of his presidency, his little run, that they had to get as many people in as they could. in a certain amount of time. And they bring these people in because they know that these people will be voters eventually for the Socialist Democratic Party. And that's where we need to put a stop to it. And President Trump has done just that, closing down the border like it should have been all along. But Joe Biden stood there at the pulpit and let everybody know, I'm going to open up the borders. And that's exactly what he did. We saw it on TV. They would even run at gates and kick and push. And they finally busted one down. You didn't hear anything from Kamala? Wasn't that her? Yeah, VP.
The borders
so
are.
yeah, right? Shit. So I'm just saying, people, enough's enough. And the left has pushed one too many buttons, especially when they took Charlie Kirk's life. But here come all these illegals, all on our tax dime. Kicking old people out of nursing homes, kids out of schools, veterans out of safe places, or safe spaces, whatever you want to call it. But this veteran right here, this combat veteran right here has had enough of their shit. And it's time that we start voicing back and pushing back. Just like they talk about, we're at war. The Democratic Party, we're at war. With who? Your own people?
Absolutely.
Socialism is not going to work in the United States, and it never will. And the Islamist will never take over the United States of America.
The uprise of political violence actually leads also to a spiritual battle
That's exactly right.
within
Amen.
everyone.
Yep.
Federal funding needs to stop to sanctuary cities, blue states, whatever you want to call them.
Absolutely.
When you put illegals over American citizens, that's unacceptable. Should be
Way over the line.
unacceptable.
Way over the line.
And not even on the conservative side. That's what we don't understand. How the Democratic side, who states they care so much about Americans and what's best, and they're Christian.
They say Americans. They don't call them American citizens. They just call them Americans.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, that's quite all right, baby. You can interject anytime. I appreciate it.
I love you.
I love you. But that is our main concern for today. The political uprise, the violence.
Coming from the left.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We saw that at the gym today.
It got out of hand. I had to ask the neighbor to take his voice down a notch or two because he was yelling in my husband's face, expecting him to change his beliefs to his beliefs. Like, we're not allowed to have our own thoughts.
I remain calm like Charlie Kirk.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect
Absolutely.
is the left, the leftists, and a lot of the left liberals are not being respectful.
You mean the loonies?
Yes, of how we see life, how we want our children, our children's children.
That's right.
What we want for them, the same rights.
You know, we never had all this bullshit until Obama came along.
Exactly.
Obama, the one that lied to everybody, you know, had everybody believing that they were straight, male and female, married with 2 daughters. We found out that's bullshit. And then also Joan Rivers, when she mentioned, you know, to that reporter, she says, we've already had a transgender, and that's Michael, that goes by Michelle.
Yes.
And it wasn't long after that, she was gone.
Exactly.
She passed away. So, but we're here to carry on the word because we're not afraid. So that's what they want you to be, is afraid, of course, and lay down your arms. And then the minute you do that, you wind up like the Indians. You know, trust your government, my ass. Smaller government is what we want, period.
By the people.
For the people.